like, how do I describe this font? It's a very like.
If I'm gonna be honest with you, my boy, I didn't even pick the font. The person who helped me, the place that I went to, the company that I went to self-publish my book, she picked out the font. She did a
But
couple things that I didn't ask
but it was
for.
a she though. That's my
Yeah,
point.
yeah, she picked
she
out the font.
she knew where to go with this because I love the font though. That's the
Font
thing.
was pretty. She
So
knew what I liked. She knew what I liked.
so yeah, and that's my point. So now even with you know as simple as the font, you know like
Even if you, or like if you open the pages and you see like the little flowers on top of every story, she put that in there. Oh, she put that
there
in there
you go.
herself.
And listen, women will have.
I didn't even ask for that. She just
Listen, when you're entering the Lotus, you're entering the Lotus, all right? It's either enter or don't. So now,
she knew.
Now my question is, how many times did you have to go back to her to like revise it or like what? Like how many?
So,
like how was this? Explain the process of like for a person who wants to release a book. You know?
I got you.
Talk to me. Come on.
So it all started around COVID time.
Mm-hmm.
I used to work overnights. We used to just sit around and do nothing.
Yep.
So I started writing short stories in my notes.
Make use of your time. I love that.
I started writing stories in my notes. I think I showed only 2 people. And they were like, yo, you should write a book. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should. Years went by. And I think at the end, 2023? It was 2023.
Mm-hmm.
December 2023. Left the job I was at. Either the same day I left or the day after is when I started officially writing the book.
Mm.
So then, you know, I wrote the book on and off for a whole year. Then I wanted to self-publish because I want to own all the rights to my book.
Correct, as you should.
Looking up things on Google, I'm like, maybe I could go through Amazon. Maybe I could go through this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you know what? Let me go to the bookstore. I went to the bookstore, asked them if they know anybody that does self-publishing. They told me about Troy Bookmakers. I called them.
Which is a local bookstore?
They're
or local.
They used to be right next door. Downtown used to be downtown, but the lady told me that something had happened with the landlord, so they moved. I think they're in Scotia now,
Mm-hmm.
which is like 25 minutes from Troy, depending on how far you are.
Yeah.
You know, met up with her, spoke a little bit, went back to like 2 or 3 times. You know, she was really, really great. She helped me every step of the way. And then, before you know it, a month or 2 later, the book was out.
That's fire. So all right. So you said COVID times.
Yeah.
So this took what, a matter of what, 4 years?
It really took a year because around like I wasn't really like serious about it. I was just like writing short stories and I would just like forget about them.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2023, like I said, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna actually write this book. Like it wasn't even an actual plan until December 2023. That's when it became like an official plan.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So now song titles. Chapter titles. How did you come up with those? Did they come up like? Did they kind of present themselves or what?
Honestly, bro, I would just start writing, and then I would take the 2 names, write a little name or a theme, and then that's just how it became the title.
Mm. And even up to it is a total of
100. I think it's like 160 pages.
155.
Close enough.
Yeah, for sure. We'll round up. So it's 155 pages total. Even with that, did you have to chop down pages or anything, or you just put out what like your?
I just threw everything over there.
That's fire.
Threw everything. I would just write, finish a story, start another story, finish that one, write another one, and I just wrote until I felt like it was enough. I'm like, I got enough here to write a book.
That's dope. So I know this book's out, but I'm a person that like I'm a DJ, so you know I'm always like thinking what's next, right? For the people. So do you plan on writing more books? Like what's that vibe on?
I've thought about writing a second book, like a sequel to that one. I don't want to say it's a sequel because that book.
Nah, it's a sequel, y'all. You get me out of dropping on low.
Nah.
Exclusive.
It could be, but that book doesn't follow any specific characters. There's 15 short stories in the book, so it doesn't really follow a storyline or 2 or 3 main characters and nothing like that. There's different characters in every story. So But I have thought about writing a second book because I've gotten great reviews so far, and a couple people have asked me if I was ever going to write a second book or, you know, stuff like that. So I'll definitely consider writing.
So now let the people know, man. Where can they get this book? Come on, give us the scoop.
You can get a copy off Amazon. I have copies on hand. It's in a bookstore in Albany called the Book House. It's in a bookstore in Troy called Marketplace. And it's on the TBM website, Troy Bookmakers website.
Fire, man.
Yeah, they're who I went through to self-publish my book.
And they can also tap in with you on Instagram as well. Let them know the Instagram one more time.
My Instagram is White Lotus 5X. For anybody that's interested in it.
White Lotus 5X, man. Check them out on YouTube as well. Just stay tapped in, man. Like I said, the 518 has a lot of dope creatives that need more light shine on them, man. And I think that's what we're all here for, you know. Let's support and lift up the dope creatives that we come across in the 518, man. And congrats on a book, man. I only know like a handful of people that have ever published a book. And it's hard copy. Stop playing with them. Stop playing with them. Stop playing with them, man.
That's 101 right there. That's the only copy. That's the only hardcover copy.
That's fire.
Had to get me one.
And shout outs to who's the lady that put the Lotus on it as well?
Her name's Meredith. She works at Troy Bookmakers.
Shout outs to her because that was a very nice touch. I can't lie. That was a very, very nice touch.
It was clean, bro.
Yeah, congrats, man. Congrats. We gonna cop a copy. We gonna cop a copy because we not gonna floppy. We copping a copy, all right? You already know, man. Your boy DJ Hollywood supports upcoming, not even upcoming, man. But creatives, period. You know, at whatever level that you're at. Yeah, shout out to you, man. Congrats. I'm glad we crossed paths, and shout out to my guy Tony, because we gonna be seeing a lot more of each other as well. If you need some custom kicks, holla at my guy. What else can you customize, bro? Like what else services can you provide for people, bro?
I could do anything that's really, like, I could do leather jackets, I could do leather pants, anything that's really leather, because the paint I use is a specific paint made from a specific company that works well on leather material.
Okay.
So I've done jackets before. I gave a jacket to Mariah the Scientist too.
Fire. Who? All right. Because we talked about Tusi. We talked about Eric Bellinger. Mm-hmm. You brought up Mariah the Scientist. Do you have like a favorite 3 interactions?
Yeah. Eric Bellinger.
Number 1.
Yeah, he has to be number 1.
Okay, fair enough.
Eric Bellinger, Somo.
Okay.
And probably. Let me think real quick.
Mm-hmm. How about this?
I want to say Kaylani is probably. Oh, that Tusi one was fire too.
Hold on, can I throw a curveball in there though? So, who was the artist that you had an interaction with, where you were like, "Damn, I was not expecting."
I knew that was coming.
You don't gotta go into details. You could just.
I'm gonna go into a little bit of details.
Yeah.
Because I wanna.
Jordan Lucas?
I don't really feel like I'm throwing dirt on his name.
Jordan Lucas?
Yeah,
Is that your say? Oh, crap.
Like, that interaction was really, like, it was just off. Like, I was a little bit disappointed, but the other part of me understood why. Like, his body language was just off. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, all right. We gotta find some dark skin artists for you to. You know, I was coming back.
Let me think.
He said, "Let me think." Yo,
I think Lil TJ.
Nah, I'm messing with you, bro. You good. You don't even gotta know. You good.
Nah, I don't care. It don't bother me.
I know. I'm messing with you, bro. You good. We're here for entertainment.
I think Lil TJ might be the darkest one.
He said he just passed the test. Nah, I'm joking.
He might be the darkest one.
Nah, I'm weak. But before we get out of here, man, I just want to say I appreciate you for pulling up, bro. And you know, we don't meet each other for no reason. So you know, I'm hoping to do more stuff with you in the future, and we'll, you know, some collabs and seeing your creative element, and yeah, really just, you know, pushing the creative boundaries of the 518 to like just new levels. I definitely think that the 518 feels like it has a glass ceiling on it, but I know it doesn't because there's so much potential out here. It's just more so for the rest of the world to catch up on the 518. I feel like, you know. So appreciate you one more time, man. But let the people know, man, where they can tap in with you once again.
Man, tap in, man. White Lotus 5X on Instagram, YouTube, everywhere you look. Just type in White Lotus 5X and you'll find me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You heard it. White Lotus, the number 5 and X. And you already know, man, it is your boy DJ Hollywood. That is DJ HollyW, the number 8. And ladies, do not forget the D. We are out of here, man. See y'all next Tuesday. And I'm not trying to be rude when I say that. But we're going to end off the night with the one, the only Tamay, man. She grew up in Chicago. But she is now in Florida doing her thing. She just dropped a new single. I'm waiting to see this music video so bad. The song is called Sugar Coated. And Tamay, if you're not familiar with her name, she also has a song with Russ and Capella Gray. It's called Seduce, and that song has hit 1 million streams on Spotify alone. But Tamay, keep doing your thing, man. Shout out to you, and shout out to all the dope artists out there and all the dope creatives on top of that. And of course, man, shout out to all the supporters, because what are we without y'all? And you already know, man, it is your boy DJ Hollywood. I'll see y'all next Tuesday. And you already know, man, it's more than music. Let's get into it. Wow. Disrespectful.
Can't even end off
Disrespectful. But once again, I go by your boy DJ Hollywood. And I guess Tamay is that popping now that she got commercials and stuff. That's crazy. That is crazy. Alright. Yes, sir. And that is a wrap, man. Appreciate y'all, YouTube fam, for sitting in with this interview. You see it, man.
Boy, if you need some customs, man, hit me up. You see it.
White Lotus. I'm gonna drop all his info
You see it. Crisp,
in the description, man.
clean. Look at that. If you could read, buy a copy of my book too. Who is it?
You good.
My bad.
All right, we out of here, y'all. School.